that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just a little bit.
Okay, what's up guys? Md-Fier Shakzy over here, and I did promise that I'm going to take you guys through everything so far. Where since I got the Toyota 110 Corolla, I said I'm going to take you through what I've changed so far and what I've done to the car so far, because we are still in the process of wanting to start building the Toyota 110 into something else. Yes, so far when I got the Corolla 110 Sprinter at the Corolla 110, when I got the Toyota 110 Sprinter, there are things that already that were demanding that I had to do to the car, and when I looked at the budget today, it's way above the roof. So I want to take you through everything that I've done to the Toyota 110 Sprinter. I know someone out there who might be wanting to also try the journey of building one of these cars. You might be interested to know what everything costs. And by the way, Toyota things are very cheap. That is something I can testify. So there is a day my side mirror had an issue, and then I went to do some repair, and some guy came with a Mazda Demio. True story. Some guy came with a Mazda Demio, and he was telling me that he was drunk, and I think a motorbike guy smashed his side mirror, so he came looking for another side mirror. My Toyota 110 Sprinter, a side mirror is 4,000 or 4,500. If you get a good deal, 3,500, 3,800, around there. But the guy, a Mazda Demio, side mirror was going for 7,500. A good deal, 7,000. You guys can confirm. So with all this journey that I want to take you through, what I've done to the Corolla 110 Sprinter so far, the budget, and how much we are at right now, you'll be surprised. Okay, the amount has skyrocketed, but I know if it was to be a different car model or car manufacturer, let's say the Mercedes, Volvo, BMW, it would have been different prices. So KAT 453J, that is the number plate. I have everything here. I had tried documenting every step, every amount, and it is not looking good. It is way above 50,000 for start. From the buying price, we are way above 50k right now. Buying price is when I took the car away from the owner and now drove it home. I think my first fuel was 3,000 shillings, because I was like I wanted to use the 3,000 fuel for my learning purposes. I told you guys the issue and the story that makes this everything interesting is that I bought a car without knowing how to drive, without having a driving license, of course, and I had never touched a car in terms of driving. So I was zero. Even moving the car a step ahead was a problem. Okay, so purchase price, tick. We are away from that right now, from the purchase price. Now we are talking about, yes, okay. we are away from the purchase price. Now we are talking about after the car drove from the owner's place to my place. The car was here at home. Where do we start from? Okay, let me start. Day 1, car transfer. Someone was asking me how much it cost to transfer the ownership from the previous guy to me. Transferring of the vehicle to me was 2,650. 50 or 15, around there. 2,615. I have 2,615 marked here. Okay, you write that down. I'm putting, let me take my calculator. We go step by step. So on the day of the transfer, how much did I use? That was 2,615. Of course, I want to include the cost of searching for the car, 650. That was for doing the NTSA search to know that I was talking to the owner of the car before going to purchase the car. That was something I had to do. And when I went for it, the mechanic who did the pre-purchase inspection, 2,150. Don't ask me what that 150 was for. 2,150 for the mechanic. Okay. Now, first issue with the Toyota 110 Sprinter. The bonnet had a locking issue. Are we there? The bonnet had a locking issue. There is this under the bonnet. There is this metal that holds the lock of the bonnet straight. That metal had broken, so it had to be welded. Now that is why I'm telling you, when you get a car from someone, there are things you must do to bring it to a good or a better condition. And while doing the pre-purchase inspection, now something like the bonnet under the bonnet, that metal had broken. That was not something that could have made me live a very good car. So I had to say, these I'll fix later. So there are two problems that I got in that car that was transferred to me from the owner, but we bargained that in the purchase price. Number 1, that bonnet, from the time we were there, we noticed it was not locking on. You had to push it. You had to do a lot of work to close the bonnet. That, and the windshield had a crack. The front windshield of the car had a crack. So we had to negotiate that for something that I have to go and do for myself and the bonnet. Now, 2150 for the mechanic. Next, bonnet repair was 600 shillings. That was the welding of the bonnet. Okay, 600 shillings. Of course, okay, I want to add the car wash because the first wash was necessary. That was 750. That was purely the outside wash and the inside vacuuming and all that to get all that dust away from the car, because while we were buying it, the owner had gone for a kind of games tournament. So it had to be done a good clean interior job. So 750 car wash, that is not even something to mention, but I want to put it on this budget because that was the start of now remaking the car. I had to change the wipers. The wipers on the windshield when you're driving, you guys know the wipers. One goes for 500 shillings. So that was 1,000 for the wipers, the windshield wipers, because I noticed they were not of the same model. One was longer than the other. there was something off about the wipers, so I just said let me just do away with the wipers that were there and then install a new set of wipers. That was 1,000 shillings. Okay, next. We went for the major service for the Toyota 110. I had to do a major service so that I can start the car with my own journey. But with this, there are some things I didn't do. Why? I went to a shop, a mechanical shop. I didn't go to a mechanic, I went to a shop. So the shop, they had this culture of they want to look at everything and then advise what to change, what not to change. And because I was also looking at let's say things like the wheels were brand new, rims brand new, you can't start changing that. Spark plugs in a very good condition, how do you start changing that? The power steering fluid was clean, the clutch fluid clean and up to par. The gearbox fluid was dirty, that we had to get rid of. Air filter we had to get rid of. Engine oil, obvious, we had to get rid of that. And what else? Oil filter, air filter, the oil itself and the gearbox fluid, that had to be changed. The power steering fluid was good, the clutch fluid was good, brake fluid was good. All those fluids were good and clean, no need to change. I had to change the car had water as a coolant. I had to put in a coolant for the car. So on the major service, the things we changed: engine oil, oil filter, air filter, gearbox fluid and the coolant, which summed up to a total of 7,800 shillings. We are at now 15,565 so far. This cover looks so bad, let me get rid of it. So far we are at 15,565. That was just the major service and the few things that I had done here and there. Okay, next, electricals 850. I wanted the electricals of the vehicle to be checked. I don't know what I was doing at that time, but the budget went to 850 for the electrical. So I don't remember what I was really doing with that electrical part. Yeah. And then I did wheel balancing. Wheel balancing came to 1,200 because I told you the rims were good, the tiles were good. The only thing I had to change was what? The only thing I had to change was what I've just mentioned, the major service, and did the wheel balancing. Wheel alignment was all good, so I didn't go to that extent. I was saying, now this was my approach towards the things you've heard me saying that I did not want to change them. Why? It is advisable to actually change everything fully. That is something I'm going to do, but I didn't do it. Why? Because number one, I don't know how to drive. I'm still a learner. I need to figure out how to know the car, learn how to drive, go to a driving school and all that. I wanted, after I'm done with the driving school, I'm good, I have my driving license, I've practiced here and there, I've scratched the car, because, okay, I did scratch the car, I will tell you guys. So after I've done all that and I've reached a point where I'm like, now I'm good, I know how to drive, I can rely on myself and everything as a good driver, then that journey, when now I'm set, I've finished learning how to drive, I will do now a full major service of changing everything. That is all those fluids and everything that I had not done, with alignment, everything, because I wanted, learn first. Even the owner of the car was telling me, You learn first, then do the changes later. Now, wheel balancing 1200. Okay, next I had to change the windbreakers. Windbreakers are these windbreakers. On the door we have the mirror, and then above the mirror we have a plastic cover that usually covers the window. For people who don't know, I was just trying to explain. That is the windbreaker. All four parts were 1800, and then installation was 300 shillings. Installing them on the car was 300 shillings. Okay, until there. Now, I did not have the fire extinguisher, the first aid kit. The car did not have that. Reason being, the owner had other vehicles. The owner had 3 vehicles, so I guess she just took them for his other vehicle. So I had to buy my own. So fire extinguisher, that is 500 shillings. Where's my first aid kit? Was also 500 shillings. Okay, right now we are at 20,715. Nice. I had to do something on that car. It's a manual. I had to change the location of the cutout. Cutout is the security system for the vehicle, so that if another person wants to steal the car, the cutout helps prevent the car from starting. So because the previous place it was for the previous owner, I had to change it to my own location, best known. That took around 410 shillings, the servicing for that, because the cutout was already installed. Now, I forgot, during the major service, we have this belt that is outside the engine. Within the engine we have 3 belts: the timing belt, and then the other 2 belts that are outside, the ones that rotate. Is it the camshaft or what? I don't know. We have 2 belts outside the engine. I changed that also during maintenance, and it was 1,000 because the one that was there had worn out. Okay, nice. The problem for the bonnet and boot, after fixing down there, it was not still working. It was still, I think I used the wrong kind of people to do the previous maintenance of the previous repair of the bonnet. So I had to do for both the bonnet and the boot, but that was majorly changing the springs to the locks, so that I didn't want to be disturbed by those 2 things, locking of the boot and locking of the bonnet. So I decided to have them looked at and repaired, and that came to around 900 shillings for getting new springs for those locks, and the servicing, that was 900 shillings. Now, next, the car did not have okay, I didn't like the floor mats of the car. I didn't like the ones that were there. I wanted pure black floor mats, so I got a set of floor mats. I bargained at 1800. That was floor mats of the car, and a mat for the boot behind there. There are these mats that are cut for the boot, whereby even if it gets dirty, you just wipe. That was 750. The boot mat. Okay, I'll try. Okay, let's continue. The boot mat, I bought it for 750. Then I decided to do some I had headlights, the LED lights that come with the Toyota Corolla Sprinter. They were the original ones. I didn't like how bright they were at night, so I decided to go for a better LED bulb for the headlights in front. So I had the normal one that ranges around 100 and something watts, So I decided to go for the LED bulb lights that are 480 watts for better brightness at night, and because I wanted to travel to Kisumu. So it was going to be a long journey. I didn't want to have lights that were not bright enough. That the lights cost me everything, and installation was 2,900. Those LED bulbs, the two, I don't know how much they want. Then the installation 2,900. Now speakers, tutors. Music is a must. See, music is a must. So the normal speakers of the car were good. I decided I think I'll put the video. I'll take the video as I'm saying this. You will see the things I changed, some of them. I'll just be placing them on the video, how I was doing it.
I can be your somebody, I can be your fertilizer.
No, I just bought a set of speaker tutors, and that also came to 2,900. I don't know how these two things. Wow, 2,900 for the speakers. That we are at now 31,375. Now, bigger picture. Story. Who's ready for a story? Story. So, who was driving me all this while? So, there was a day, now I had to be practicing to drive myself while I'm still going to the driving school. So there's a day I just got out of the house. I don't know where I was going with that car. I wanted just to try and drive it. I got outside the gate. You're driving this way, so I'm very keen with my side. In front of the bonnet, I cannot hit anything on my side, on the headlight. But the other side where I cannot see, the left side, the bonnet where the headlight is, that bumper, I got out of my gate, and while I wanted to park the car by the side of the wall, I scratched the bumper. Did I scratch or I hit the bumper on the wall? So that was another. Somebody was telling me, learn to drive fast because you will scratch that car. It was true. I did scratch that car. So when I scratched it, that means the front bumper had to be redone well and then repainted. And during that process, I decided to do one thing. I was there at the mech who was doing the paint job, and I was like, because I'm doing the paint job, there are things I've always wanted to do. Number one, I've always wanted to paint the grill black. The previous car, the car as it came, the grill was silver. I wanted to paint the grill black. Tick. I said, paint that grill black. The rims were not black. I wanted to also paint them black. Yes, the other places of the car where we have the black, like on the doors, on the wind, the wipers, they are black. Anything that was also black on the car had to be painted black to bring back that nice color. So I did the painting of the black in the areas where black was needed, and I did some buffing on the body. So on this day, I don't know how it came to a total of 5,700. 5,700 on that day. 5,700. Okay. Labor. Who did I nice. We are at 37,075. Now here comes a day I wake up in the morning, I go to start the car is not starting. I call my electrical guy, he's busy. Problem. I had already got a very good electrician for the electrical work of the car. Now on this day my electrical guy was busy and I had to travel to Kisumu on that evening. What did I do? I wanted to get a different electrical guy to come and fix why the car is not starting. Oh, jamaa alinigonga pesa. He was telling me, we don't charge the same. Your electrical guy, because I even asked my electrical guy, the car not starting, how much can it be fixed for? I already known the price. The guy comes, looks at everything, opens my alternator, looks at the fuses, the relays and all that. The problem was one of the fuses and one of the relays had to be changed inside the fuse box. This guy, for that job, he wanted, how much was it? 3,000. And I don't know, I ended up paying him around 1,500. Together with the fuses and everything came to a total of 2,000. Wait. Yes, 2,300. Just to fix why the car was not starting, and it was just one of the fuse box. One of the fuses was bad and some of the relays we had to change. Fuses are not expensive. They are actually 100 shillings, 30 shillings. Yeah, so the fuses and the relays total cost me 230. Labor of this guy, I don't know how it got to 2,000. I don't even want to talk about him. Okay, next. We are at 39,375. The car is running good. These are just minor things that had to be changed. Okay. Fuel. Not fuel. I took the car for cleaning of the radiator. Radiator cleaning, that was I guess 1,000 shillings to clean the radiator. And then I did an alternator work for around 400 that day. So we are at 40,775. I will tell you a story how I blew my head gasket and cut my timing belt on the same day. Total budget. Head gasket, how much is a head gasket? 1,000 shillings. A timing belt, how much is a timing belt? 1,200. I'll tell you that story, what happened. My timing belt and my head gasket. Total service 5,000. Total service 5,500 plus oil that was doing that 48,975. We are at 48,975 at that point. Now, I went and bought a pillow to sit on because I could not see my bonnet. I have this feeling if I have to drive safe, I must see my bonnet. So I went and bought an extra pillow for the car that was 300 shillings. A perfume 500 shillings. And a toolbox that is a toolbox, the one for screws, opening screws. So a toolbox that was 1,500. And then I bought I don't know how I bought it, but I just bought how do we call it, the jump starting cables. jump starting cables. Yes, the jump starting cables, I took it for 1800. Yes, I bought some fluids for cleaning the car. That was coming to around 1000. Now at that point we are at 54,075. 54,075. 54,075. The other cost that I don't want to put there are for fuel, and that is not a point to talk about. But if someone wanted that full count, my first fuel was 3000, and then within that was in December. I bought the car in December. My first fuel was 3000, and then after that I wanted to go to Kisumu, so we did a full tank. A full tank was 6500 to Kisumu, and coming back from Kisumu another 6500 fuel. That is we are now at 70k. If you want to add even driving, that is 15,000 for driving. We are already at 85,000. Now those are those other costs. If you want to add going to Kisumu and back, police will stand. I have a story I'll give you of what the police did to us while we were coming from Kisumu. I'll tell you that story later. But if you add those costs, we are at, let's say, averagely 90,000. Things for the car, those are miscellaneous things that were building the car, was let's cut it at 55,000 so far. 55,000 shillings after the purchase price. And then if you add these other miscellaneous things, we are at 90,000 average. 90,000 shillings. Now we have not started building the car, we are at 90. Or if we talk about the budget for the car, we are at 55. If you put away these fuel things and driving school and driving all those small expenses, leave them. Oh, I've not, yeah, okay, that is okay. So up to there, 55,000 for the minor details that I was doing on the car. The car was in a good condition. You've seen I've not done anything bad unless I'll tell you the story why I blew my head gasket and cut my timing belt on the same day because of my stupid. Okay, I cannot say that it was my fault. I didn't know. I was a beginner. I've not even finished driving school. I don't know some rules or some things about the car. How I went on to blow my head gasket and cut my timing belt, I don't think if the timing belt was me or it was just a timely thing, but they all happened on the same day. Yes, so until there, that is the budget this car has taken me after the buying price. I told you guys, for people who are interested in Toyota 100 and 110s, the average price you can get it between 350 to 450. That is the market price. Google it, GG, go to Facebook Marketplace, go to the car yards. That is the average place. If you get a good car, you're okay. If you can bargain, you can get it for cheaper. Yes. Okay. Until there, that is all for today. We meet in the next video where it will be storytelling. Hey, I have stories for you. Subscribe.